we know that between this 11-year-old and like 17, 18-year-old, those are really the kids that are really influenced by this hip-hop thing. And the parents are saying, no, we're not buying it anymore. You guys can play it. We'll switch the radio stations, but we're not going to spend our money on, I mean, I hate to say it, but are we going to really buy a Ludacris CD? And I love him to death. I think he does a lot of positive things, but I can't play Get Low and then my daughter YouTube to Get Low, and then these girls at a pool party and they dropping it low. Seriously. So can you speak to that? What the music that's being put out now is not like back in the day. LL, I Need Love, those kind of music. It's always about sex.
Well, let me say this first before you answer, Panama. What you're looking at is you know, trends. You know, when you have a certain demographic of age between the age of say 11 and 16, they're very impressionable. So if you could get a song that has a dance to it, or like a chant, you know, coming from the deep south down here in Atlanta, it kind of infiltrates, you know, the rest of the market. And yeah, it's garbage, you know what I mean? However, the media understands, and the record companies understand that these kids here, they want to jump up. We got to keep them excited. So they'll get these garbage songs and put them out there and overlook someone like Common that, you know, is speaking for a purpose. You know, we have a lot of conscious rappers that never even make it to the scene.
How you feel about it? I mean, you're in it. You're in the music industry.
Like, say for example, the repetitive music that you hear. It's the radio programmers, you know what I'm saying? And they give you access to what they want you to have access to, you know? Right now, you got Kathy Hughes on the radio. I'm going to put her on blast. Kathy Hughes talking about she don't want to pay artists for the songs that are played on the radio.
Yeah, after she done made her money.
You know, she works for different boards like Cox Communications and so forth, you know. So the bottom line is they're not affecting her paycheck. And she'll get on TV and she'll get on radio scaring people about oh, these record companies. Would you believe that Bobby Brown and New Edition only got motor scooters? But she's not telling the bottom line is they pay the writers. They pay the publishers for their song to play on the radio. They don't want to pay the artist because that's somebody else they're going to have to pay. But if an artist puts their song on the radio, why wouldn't you pay for it? You can pay the advertisement anyway. You getting advertisements to put ads on your station because of the song that they like from that particular artist. So you mean tell me you wouldn't pay that artist? That don't make sense. And back to the access. The radio plays what they want to play. So they play the repetitive music that they're already hearing. So you get programmed into thinking that's what's hot. You ever reminisce and be singing a song that you know is garbage just because you hear it so much, you're just saying it. Because it's repetitive.
So what do you feel? This is a question that I have. Why aren't the artists becoming more responsible about what they put out there? Because even if they're getting paper, they're not getting paper. They're getting money. But think about it.
That depends on that money thing.
The business is down. Us parents, me, we're not buying it. Now, I can't help if I flip on V103 and damn it, Drop It Low is on. But I switch to Steve Harvey all the time. So my daughter sings the old school music a lot because I don't want her to just be, you know, Soulja Boy and stuck in one genre of music. But at the same time, when are the artists, to me, going to become responsible? I think I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not in the music industry, but when the artists would put out the trash talking CD and they would put out a clean version. Is that still going on?
Yeah, it is. It is. Especially to get in these different retailers like Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It used to be funny because you used to be able to buy a shotgun at Walmart, but you couldn't have cursing on your CDs. You feel me? But things have changed. You can put out your explicit version, and you can put out the radio version. You know what I'm saying? And more artists are taking control of the industry and more artists should be taking control of the industry because of the lack and the decline of the record label itself. Meaning that the record label, I compare record labels like student loans. You know what I'm saying? You're going to owe forever. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to give you that money up front. So when you start, you're going to be in debt.
Sure.
So I say bypass the record label and just find your niche. You know what I'm saying? They got programs and things and distribution companies on the internet, whereas you can cut out the record label itself. And for $35, you can put your own album on iTunes, Amazon.com, not eBay, Napster, Rhapsody, and so forth, and just keep it. You keep the copyrights, and that's the most important aspect. Most of these cats don't own their masters. So if you don't own your master gonna own you. So they can tell you when to put your music out.
Is that why Diddy all them bad boy artists?
Jay-Z just bought his rights back.
Is that why Diddy owned all them bad boy artists? Because he got all their masters?
He owned their masters. But he tells them when they can, he signs them, let me tell you, these record labels is dirty because they can hold you on that record contract forever, basically. Just so happen if you drop a single yourself and get you hot, then all of a sudden they're going to put some money back into you. But they can hold you in limbo forever, so you can't make no more music. You can't do anything but wait for this person to say you can make your music.
Right.
And so that's like, was that the signing the contract that Mace did on
anytime you sign your life away on that on the bottom line.
No, I'm saying a couple of months ago, Mace bought a contract to Diddy.
He bought his release.
He released him out of his contract.
When the last time Mace came out with an album?
I don't know, but I'm just asking, is that what he did?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The reason he did that, the reason he couldn't come out with an album is because Puff Daddy still had his rights.
Okay.
You can't make moves unless somebody has your ownership.
Exactly, and it goes way back. I mean, you go back to Frankie Lyman. You know, you go back to the Temptations. You know, there's certain people that knew this game, and they knew publishing, and they know if you're an artist, Kelly, if you're an artist, you're a singer, and I build your dream, say, oh, you can sing real good, and I come put you in the studio, you make a record, and then I give you a keys to a Cadillac, which was back in the day a Cadillac, and you get that Cadillac, you driving around and you think you big and bad, but they making money, and you making 0%. You know, it comes all the way up to TLC when they got 6-7 cents per album, then all the way down to really it was getting like 3 cents per album that they really made. Ended up with $50,000 between all three of them. After that album sold millions of copies. So the music industry is huge. Publishing ain't no joke. And now I'm gonna ask you a question, Panama. You said about these. You know, you're looking at maybe building a smaller network of people through, say, Napster, you know, iTunes, just building your niche, and then just supplying that. Because if you find a market of people, I don't care if it's 100,000 people, but you find that market, they will constantly always tune into your stuff, buy your stuff.
I really feel like the best way you can do that, you can achieve that, is by putting out good product.
First of all.
Because they're going to eventually find your good product. No matter what you're doing, I really feel like there's no good idea that's going to ever be a secret.
Word.
So I'm saying being responsible for what you're putting out.
You have to.
Good, great music that we all can tune in, listen to, and your grandma in the car, you know.
That's like Coca-Cola putting out a product with, it tastes like water. You feel me? That ain't Coca-Cola.
Right.
That ain't music, you know what I mean? But let me take that away because, let me take that back, regress, because I feel like you can't really judge anybody else's art. But you know if that's the bull. You already know now. Don't play. Yeah. Don't play. But that's why
the first few tracks of a record, you know you can listen to, yo man, hear this dog. Pop it in.
Because
like,
some of the music is timeless.
Exactly.
Some of the music is timeless.
Exactly.
And when you hear other artists
I make timeless music.
When you hear other artists take tracks from way back in the day,
right? And
you know the beat, and you listening like, damn, when is Tina Marie back? Is this Tina Marie on old track?
And I know you know what you're talking about because you do the old school here in Atlanta.
Right.
She does. Kelly does old school here in Atlanta.
OSS.com.
Yeah, so you know every month they get together and there's like thousands of people come out and they hear all types of old school music, and I tell you I enjoy.
So do you think like an artist like T.I., which I really like T.I. I like his music. I got all the albums. I really do. Some people I just like. Some rap artists. I'm not an underground kind of girl. I don't know about the underground music, but I know about the artists that they play on the radio. Okay, so for instance, T.I. So when he came out like with Rubber Band Man, right? You know he's talking about being on the street, drugs, slacking, whatever they do out there.
And what do you call it, slacking? Slacking.
Whatever they do, I don't know. Okay. So to now, when his rap, what he has out now, do you think that because he's T.I. and he's made a positive influence over the last year? Now we're not gonna get into that gun charge and finding all that ammunition and all that stuff he had, but now that he's changed, do you think his music is going to be as popular as it was when he was talking about slinging dope, making money with the guns and all that?
Well, you know what? My perspective on that is ignorance sells.
Okay.
Period, point blank. So the more ignorant you can be, the more popular you're going to be. That's because ignorance catches on a lot quicker than positivity.